Hi, my name is Fred Rogers. You might know me better as Mr. Rogers. I was born on March 20th, 1928 in Latrobe, Pennsylvania. Growing up, I lived in Latrobe, Pennsylvania. My parents are James and Nancy Rogers. I lived with one sister, Lindsay. I attended McKee Elementary in Latrobe, Pennsylvania, starting in 1934. As an only child growing up during the Great Depression, I did not have many friends or things to play with. I did not have I did have puppets that I brought to life and made into characters. The puppets made me feel less lonely. I liked climbing, reading, playing outside, playing the piano, and playing puppets with my sister. As a kid, I was bullied for being big, and I also suffered from asthma. Also, as a child, my grandmother bought me a grand piano, which sparked my musical interest. I also always enjoyed being able to count on Ding Dong, my grandfather, Brooks McFeely. I could explore and take risks outside of nature at my grandfather's. In 1946, I graduated from Latrobe High School. I attended Dartmouth College in Hanover, New Hampshire, for 1 year, where I wanted to become a diplomat. Then I transferred to Rollins College in Winter Park, Florida, where I got a degree in music composition. When I was a senior in college, I visited my parents and was amazed to see a television set for the first time. I instantly knew I wanted to be a part of television. In 1952, I married Joan Bride, and we had 3 children, James, Jim, and John. I got my first job in television as an assistant and floor manager for NBC National Broadcasting Company, music programs in New York City. I was then hired to work in programming and started co-producing a new program, The Children's Corner. This allowed me to share my love for puppets with a young audience. I earned my divinity degree in 1962, and the Pedestrian Church asked me to serve children and families through television. I first appeared as Mr. Rogers in the 1960s for the Canadian Broadcasting Company. The show helped and led me to create Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. It aired on PBS stations in most of the country, starting in 1968. The show aired and ran for the next 33 years. I became famous for walking in the door, trading my raincoat for suit and jacket, for my famous zippered sweaters while flipping my tennis shoes in my hands. My mom made the famous sweaters, and in 1984, the Smithsonian Institution put one of my sweaters on display. And the show went to become very successful. It won 4 Emmys, a Lifetime Achievement Award, and I was inducted to the Television Hall of Fame in 1999. I earned the highest possible civilian honor when I received the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2002 from President George Bush. I am still remembered today because my educational TV show, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, which became the longest-running children's TV program with 31 seasons. I filmed over 900 episodes and wrote over 200 songs for the show, including the famous theme, Won't You Be My Neighbor. I also testified to Congress and helped the White House to ensure that public television continued to receive funding. I received many honorary medals. Sadly, I died due to stomach cancer on February 27, 2003, at my home in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, at the age of 74 with my wife, Joan, at my side. Thank you for listening to my speech.